I have to say this right front and center. Okay, thanks, Shauna. I have to say this right front and center that I am so nervous. I am so nervous, like emotionally nervous, and I'll tell you why. And it's going to go into what this is all about and why today and how I can hopefully serve every single morning in this way. So about a year and a half ago, it dropped in. I wrote on my windows. For those of you who know me, my windows are my whiteboards. It dropped in that I wrote on my windows, crisis question mark. Is it still crisis? And that scared me because if it's not crisis, it's always been crisis. It's been crisis for the last 15 plus years. If it's not crisis, what is it? So over the last 18 months, I've really been kind of exploring that. And then, which is when we created the crazy awesome certification for visionary leaders, and like that felt so good and it was so abundantly clear to me. People who were being certified, who were going through the program, were like, this isn't just for crisis, you have to move out of crisis. So like everything kept indicating that to me. But it's still scary, right, to leave the thing that you're known for and that you've built an entire career on. And then about 8 months ago, so like in May or so of last year, 2025, it really dropped in that I'm meant to be a broadcast. I'm meant to be out there and doing these lives. I'm so sorry that it's pixelated like this. I don't know why that is. I'm sorry, guys. I will figure that out. I don't think I can figure that out live right now. And I apologize. If you want to move to LinkedIn, it is probably better. It's not. Holy moly, what's going on? I don't want to stop. Okay, we're going to move through it like this. I'm sorry. It did not do this when I was testing abundantly. Okay, so I'll just go back. Hopefully it'll fix itself. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I promise I will figure it out for tomorrow. And I hope it's not too terrible. So it came in that like I'm just supposed to do these lives. And so for those of you who might remember last year, I started doing these lives on LinkedIn. However, the transmission that came through for me was you're supposed to be this like broadcast. Thanks, Alex. You're supposed to be this broadcast. Just get out there. Don't be so rehearsed. Don't worry about it. Just like communicate. I have a lot to say that can support. So, and do these drop-ins, which we'll talk about in a second. And so I did. I did for 12 LinkedIn lives last year for an hour long each. And they were so structured. And the whole message was like, don't be structured. Just be messy. Just be real. And they were so structured. And I then, knew that it was supposed to be also on Instagram. This is going to get really, I have a reason for all this. Knew it was supposed to also be live on Instagram. And so I paid for this platform, OneStream, which is maybe the reason why it's hazy, but we'll figure that out. I paid for it in September. And not once did I actually do a live from September till today. Today is January 12th. And over the holidays, I really sat, and at the same time, like crisis is just not my thing. It's just not exciting me anymore. I have this new direction that I really feel called to. And over the holidays, I took 3 weeks off and I really sat with the fear of what is blocking me from actually, like, I'd feel so amped to go share a message with everybody, with you guys, and then I would just like, no, I would shut it down, I would block it, I wouldn't do it. So I really got with the fear that I was feeling that was keeping me small. And now we are here. We are here with morning lives with me, Melissa Agnes. Welcome to the first session. Every morning, I'm going to aim to go for 20 minutes. So it'll be about 10 minutes of me just sharing one message, one truth that I know to be true based on everything from my like what I've learned, as well as my experience, like academically and cerebrally, intellectually, and experientially. One message every day, and who I'm serving now moving forward is no longer crisis, right? So who I'm serving now moving forward, and I think that it's all of you, is anybody who has a big mission on their heart. So I have this big mission to make this world a better place, and I did that through crisis. And I needed so much support in that, in like being the best version of me and stepping out of the fear and into infinite potentiality, which we're going to talk about today. And it was really hard to find the resources and the support, the coaches, the mentorship, the whatever it was that I needed to really help me step into my highest potential. And now, for me personally, I don't want to be on the front lines blazing trails anymore. I've been doing that for 15 years. And now what I really want to do is take all that experience and serve those who are on the front lines blazing the trails. So that means anybody who is on a mission to do something good in this world for the better of humanity, right? For the better of the environment goes to humanity, for the better of your community, your stakeholders, your clients, your family, whatever that is. And what I'm going to do in these morning lives as a beginning step into this is share one truth that hopefully inspires and motivates you to really start your day off right and remembering who you are, believing in yourself, believing in that vision that you are here to create and to bring to the world. And then we're going to do a 10-minute drop-in. For those of you who don't know, drop-ins are getting into the body, right? So, and I'll go through this like over time each day. Guys, I'm so sorry that it's fuzzy, but I'll go through this over time each day. Um, the more we can get into the body, the more we can get out of our brains, which is where fear exists, where fear lives, and the more we can get into the safety and the knowing of our infinite potentiality. And the more we can do good and show up as the leaders we're meant to be, so that you can serve the world the way that you're meant to serve the world. So it's not just about being inspired intellectually. It's about then getting that safety, getting into coherence in your body, getting into alignment, and starting the day with a regulated nervous system and remembering the truth of who you are and what you're here to do and that you are capable and you are the perfect person to do it. So that is the mission of these morning lives. I'm so excited to see you all here on IG. For those of you who are just joining, welcome. We're going to get started with actual content now. And then I'm also thinking, and I'm sorry for the fuzziness. I don't know what's going on with that. Did not happen in the testing. I'll figure it out for tomorrow. And thank you for bearing with me. I was going to say something. Oh, I've also been playing with the idea of for those who want to leave after the drop-in and go kickstart your day, let's do it. For those who might have questions, I will stick around until the last person leaves and answer your questions each morning after the drop-in. So after sharing that big story of like this transition and how it was so sticky and fear-based for me, fearful for me, I'm curious to know who here does a word of the year. I do a word of the year. Our household does a word of the year every year. We call it a Waddy. My friend Chris named it a Waddy a few years back. And anybody, if you feel called to share your word of the year, if you have one in the chat, I would love to hear it. The reason I'm wanting to bring it up is my word of the year drops in October every single year. Consistently, it's like clockwork. I'm not even thinking about it yet, and then boom, my word of the year is there. Some years, I don't know why it was my word of the year until the end of the year when I reflect. Like last year, my word was ease, and that was, freedom. I love that, Shona. Love that for you. My word last year was ease, and it took me until about September to really understand what I needed to learn about ease and flow and all these things. Whereas this year, my word is infinite potentiality. Yes, that's two words. Essentially, what it means, infinite potentiality, is possibility. Although you'll learn a lot about possibility and probability with me over the days. But infinite potentiality as a word feels so much more expansive than just possibility, and it really ignites something in my system. So my word dropped in October, and it's infinite potentiality. And then I'm in this moment of transition, right? I decided to go full on in over the holidays to really sit with my fears of what was blocking me to step into this new transition of how I want to show up as a leader and who I want to serve. And it's a scary thing to change the course correction or like course direction of your entire career. And so I really sat with that and I realized that fear was holding me back as fear holds us all back in some way, shape, or form. And that I will stand on. Like, even if you're a fearless person, I would still wager that there's some kind of fear that's holding you back in some way, shape, or form. And so my secondary word this year, I have a supportive word, is fearless. And what I want to talk to you guys about today, the truth that I want to share with you today is when there are unknowns, so for example, right now I'm entering into a world of unknowns, right? I'm changing career paths. I'm changing who I serve. I'm showing up differently. So there's like these fears of like, what if people judge me? What if they don't like it? What if I'm I fail at it? What if I'm not successful? What if, right? All the fears that can keep me small and keep me going, no, just stay with crisis because crisis is safe. Whenever there are unknowns, the ego, the identity, the human of you wants to keep you safe, and it doesn't know that it can keep you safe when there are unknowns because it's unknown. So, all of that to say, and like we're going into 2026, right? There's so many unknowns in our world right now. There's so many unknowns in the course of the next 12 months. Like, there's so many unknowns all around us all the time. And what I wrote down, I'm going to share this with you. I wrote it on my window over the holidays. I wrote, fear blocks our ability to see unlimited potential. Move beyond fear and move into infinite potentiality. So, my point in all of this is whenever there are unknowns, whenever there's a new mission on your heart, a new vision, a new goal, a new dream, a new job, a new transition, whatever it might be, a new baby, a new relationship, there's always going to be fear because in the unknowns, there's going to be fear. But if we would take the unknown, I'm not very great with analogies, but I'm going to do my best. If we would take the unknown and see it as a coin, you know, the expression of like two sides of the same coin. On one side of that coin is fear, and that's so human and so natural. On the other side of that very same coin of unknowns is infinite potentiality. Because what we know to be true, quantum physics shows us this, life experience shows us this, like what we know to be true, and this is my truth for the day, is that every single possibility exists in superposition in every single moment. Superposition means all at once at the same time. So, in the unknowns, there's fear to keep us safe, sure. There's also infinite potentiality of all of the amazingness of your vision, of your mission, of your goal coming true and being even better than you could have even dreamed in this moment. Both things are true. And so, in order to actually see and feel into the infinite potentiality and believe in it and believe in ourselves and like align with it and move towards it, bring it to life, manifest it, bring our goals to reality, we have to be able to move through the fear. In order to move through the fear, I'm not saying tell yourself to be scared and do it anyway. That's a trick that can work sometimes, but it's not going to work on the deepest of levels. So it's not necessarily just a mindset shift. The first way to move through the fears is to actually sit with them and acknowledge that they exist. I kept silent from September to December when I knew I was meant to do these lives, when I subscribed and paid for the platforms to do it, which we're going to figure out why it's easy. And I never, ever voiced out loud that I was actually scared to do it. I kept that for me, and it kept me small. So when we can actually sit with ourselves, and it first starts with ourselves, right? To actually go, okay, I'm actually scared out of my mind to do this every single day, to show up in this way. I'm also crazy excited about it. So the more that we can sit with the fear, accept the fear, not shy away, not shame or feel guilty about the fear because it's part of our humanity, and simultaneously remember what our mission, our vision, our goal is, and keep visualizing that. It's one little tactic that I'll share. I'm just sharing one thing a day. So one little tactic to allow you to move out of fear and into potentiality, or the limitless, the infinite potentiality that exists for you right now in your life and your mission and your vision and your career and your family and all the things. So, infinite potentiality and fear, two sides of the same coin. And we get to choose to acknowledge the fear to move into the infinite potentiality because the coin itself is the unknowns. So I'll end by saying, and we'll move into our drop-in a second, but I will end by saying that whenever there's unknown, like look at me in this career, right? I could be scared of all the what ifs. I could be like, what if nobody likes me? What if nobody hires me? What if nobody thinks I'm a great coach and cheerleader and all the things for this, which is so not true. Or I can say, and I could be fearful that like I don't have any clients in this and I don't like, this is all brand new, right? Or I could say, oh my goodness, I am literally stepping into an abundance of unknowns. And sure, it can be a little scary, but more than scary, there's infinite potentiality in front of me. And oh my goodness, I can't wait to see how this unfolds and the magic that comes from all this, all the impact I get to have, all the support I get to give, all the inspiration I get to lend, all the things. So in your life, that would be my question to you. And as we do this drop in, which for those of you doing this for the first time with me, I'm very excited. In your life, what are the things, what is the vision, the mission, the goal that's on your heart, the thing that inspires you, the thing that lights you up, that gets you so excited about life and your life? And the homework here is to feel that and to get real and honest about what are the fears about it. Because just like Brene Brown says, shame doesn't exist in the light. We kill shame when we bring it to the light. So if you can write down or share your fears, all of a sudden they get smaller. And all of a sudden you move to the other side of that coin and into the fun and the excitement and the joy and the magic of the infinite potentiality that actually exists right here, right now for you. All right, we're going to do a drop-in. We're going to do a drop-in, and the goal of today's drop-in, because it's our first one that we're doing together, is going to be to practice getting still. And my invitation is going to be to feel into that infinite potentiality. Feel into whatever it is that you're here to do. What is your soul's mission? What did God hire you to do? And that can change and evolve over time. Over the holidays, I wrote down in my journal, I was like, I don't know what my soul's mission is anymore. I just have such clarity in that. I do today, but it took me like figuring out what's the evolution of it to understand it, to be able to step into it. So feel into like, what is your soul's mission? What are you here to do? And get excited about it. That's our goal today. So a drop-in is breath work. A drop-in is an invitation right now to, if you can, if you're not driving, if you're not crossing a street and walking, if you have the opportunity to be still, if not, you'll have the recording of this. But opportunity to sit still, and we're just going to breathe together. I will cue, I will guide. And the goal is to get you out of your analytical mind, because nothing, that's not where we want to be. That's where fear lives. And into your body and feeling into that infinite potentiality and the excitement of why you're here and who you're here to serve. Oh crap, sound is gone. Why is sound gone? This is not, thank you, Marilise. Okay, hold on a second. Why is this? Those of you on LinkedIn, I guess we're going to go long a little bit today because I'm still going to do this. Can you hear me? Man, what is happening? I don't know what to do. What if? Can you hear me? Yes or no? Yay or nay? Dang. Oh, I could have recorded here. Now I can hear again. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. We will fix these kinks. We will fix these kinks for tomorrow. I'm not sure why this is happening. Okay, but let's do a drop-in. So in case you missed it, okay, thank you, Shauna. Okay, in case you missed it, we're going to do the drop-in. Thanks, Jim. Hi, Jim. All right, so if you can take a few minutes, we're going to do this for up to 10 minutes, which is just enough time to like get into coherence and recalibrate, to line you up for the day, and then we'll end at the half point of the hour, and you can go on with your day. And for those of you who do have questions, I will stick around to answer them if that serves you. Okay, so we're not going to do with music. In the future, if you guys request music, I will bring that in. But for now, we're just going to go with stillness. If you're in your office and you're worried and you have windows, or you're in a cubicle and you're worried that people are going to think that you're weird or you're funny or you're different, here's what I can tell you. Oh man, I can't wait to share all of this stuff with you over time. But here's what I can tell you. I can tell you that people will eventually be envious of you and will come to you and go, What do you do in the mornings when you're listening to that thing and you're closing your eyes and you're breathing? Because they will feel the difference from you in how you show up, in how you communicate, and in how you lead. And they will get curious about it and you will get to teach them. So, if that can be the infinite potentiality that keeps you out of fear and not doing this drop in, let it be so. All right, so we're going to, if it feels comfortable, you're going to sit, lie down, whatever feels good to you, and shut down your eyes if you feel good and safe to do so. If not, you can just soften your gaze. And let's just do a few cleansing breaths. So in through the nose and out through the mouth, audibly if you can, to really feel it and get to it. Few auditory or audible breaths to just get us settled. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And as you do your next breath, invitation to feel the couch or the chair or the ground that's below you. If your mind is scattered and talking and chatty, that's perfectly fine. There's no judgment. But bringing your awareness down to your legs, to your feet, to your sit bones, whatever's touching, whatever is holding you up. And feeling the sensation and the safety of the structure of whatever it is that's against your skin. It's not going to drop you. You can count on the fact that it's got you. Yeah? Which means if you allow yourself, you are safe to sink into it. You are safe for the next few minutes to gift yourself this beautiful reset before you kickstart your day. So continuing that breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And what we're going to do next is we're going to bring our focus up from where we're sitting, so traveling up from through your body. And let's land it on your chest, on your heart space. Over time, I'm going to teach you and share with you the power of this heart space. But for today, let's bring your awareness to this heart space as you continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Sometimes it's really helpful to put a hand where you want to bring your focus. So bring a hand or both hands, whatever feels good to you, to your heart space. And just getting, honestly, it's about if you were to imagine that your breaths that you're taking, so continue the in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you were to imagine that it's your heart that is breathing those breaths in and out, what might that feel like? So as your hand is touching your heart space and you're breathing in, you're really feeling your heart expand with every breath. And then you're allowing yourself to sink more deeply into your body with every exhale. So let's do a few rounds. And there's no wrong in this. There just is. So it's about noticing what you notice, getting curious. We're in the land of infinite potentiality. So get excited. Let's get excited about what's possible. So in through the nose and opening up that heart space. Out through the mouth and sinking more deeply into the safety and the comfort and the relaxation of your body. And when you're ready, when you feel calm, when you feel centered, when that heart feels even just 1% more open than it was before, my invitation is for you to ask yourself, what am I excited about? That could be as simple as I'm really excited for this lunch date that I have today, or this new client that I'm going to meet, or I'm really excited about this career transition. And it could be as big as I'm so excited for the way that I get to show up and serve and lead because I have a mission on my heart and a big vision that I'm so excited to bring to life. Whatever it is for you, sticking with that breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Every breath in, you're expanding that heart space. With every exhale out, you're sinking more deeply into the safety of your body, the way it feels good in your body. And let's just spend some time breathing and thinking about imagining, feeling the excitement amp up of whatever it is that question, that the answer of that question is of what's on my heart, what am I excited about? When we think of infinite potentiality, what is the best possible thing that we could imagine? The magic that's about to unfold with this new goal. We're talking about infinite potentiality here, which means that what is also present, what is also accessible and available to us, is even better than what we can ourselves imagine in this moment. What does that feel like in your body to know that, to believe that, to get excited about that? If fears creep up, if doubt creeps in, the what ifs, the yeah buts, that's okay. If we set them aside, they what we resist persists. If we set the doubts and the fears aside, they grow stronger and they keep us small. If we welcome them into the excitement, invitation to do that and just to see what happens. What does that feel like? What shifts? What do you notice? Keep that breath moving. Invitation with the next few last breaths to open your heart space if you can, 1% more, and to grow your excitement of the infinite potentiality that you get to step into with this mission, this vision, this goal, this exciting thing that is on your heart, to amp that up just by 1% more. Turn up that dial and feel it, allow it to envelop your body by 1% more. And when you're ready, one quick moment of gratitude as your hand is on your heart. Thank you to you for showing up here today, for gifting yourself this beautiful morning remembrance. And grateful for the fact that infinite potentiality exists and excitement for all the ways that it's going to show up in your world today because you chose to join me this morning and to invest in you, to recalibrate your nervous system, and to trust the scientific facts of infinite potentiality. When you're ready, you can come back to your body, open your eyes back up, wiggle your fingers and your toes, and come back to the screen. And I would love to hear anything that you want to share or any questions that you might have on this conversation. Noting also that it is half past the hour. And for those of you who want to go and kickstart your day, I am wishing you the most beautiful, magnetic, exciting day. And when fear and doubt creep in, just remember to invite them into the conversation and ask them what they need. Ask them what they're scared of. Give it a little bit of light so that you don't shame them, shame what you feel so that it doesn't grow. And then just remember, infinite potentiality is on the other side of that coin. Go integrate, Shauna. Does anybody have any questions before you go? I'm here for them if you want to stay on. And I'm also wishing you a beautiful day for those who are ready to go. Thank you, Jim. I'm so glad you're here. I'll wait around for questions. Thanks for showing up with me today. Oh, and lastly, for those of you who are here, if you want to receive morning reminders by text message at 10 minutes before we go live, Monday through Friday, that just says, hey, I'm about to go live. Come on over. For the moments that are hectic and you want to remember, DM me the word remembrance with your phone number and we will set you up. Okay. All right. Wishing you all a beautiful day.